This is Jarrod Horak. This is my final Horse of the Day video for the third week of the Del Mar Bing Crosby season. I'm going to be doing the Native Diver for Sunday, November 26th in this video. And then I have 3 more videos next Friday through Sunday. And Del Mar's closing day is Sunday, December 3rd. So keep checking my YouTube channel for these Del Mar Horse of the Day videos. They began on November 10th and they go all the way through December 3rd. And if you're interested in my full card analysis at Del Mar, you will find my full cards at therunawayrhorse.com on my sales page. That's my personal website. You can also purchase my Del Mar full cards at todaysracingdigest.com and go over to the Digest website in their news section if you want to read my Del Mar handicapping articles. And if you're interested in the complete digest for Del Mar, that complete digest includes past performances, analysis, wagering strategies, pace and speed ratings, and much more. And you will find that complete digest at todaysracingdigest.com. And the digest has been covering Southern California racing since 1970. And now we'll get into the analysis of this video. And in this video, we are going to be doing the 8th race at Del Mar for Sunday, November 26, 2023. This is the Grade 3 $100,000 Native Diver Stakes for 3-year-olds and up. A mile and an eighth on the main track, and the scheduled post time is 6:55 p.m. Eastern. Now we'll pull up the field. Visitant, breaking from the inside post for trainer Peter Miller. Flavien Prat is the rider, and he's 4-1 morning line. Arrowthegreat, probably a pace factor in this race, with Dan Blacker the trainer and Victor Espinoza the rider. He's 6-1 morning line. Celestial Moon for trainer Mark Glatt. Antonio Fresu is the pilot, and he's 10-1. Kiss Today Goodbye for Eric Kruljak. Kyle Frey is the pilot. He's 8-1. Newgrange is your 5-2 morning line favorite for trainer Phil D'Amato with Edwin Maldonado aboard. Skinner for trainer John Sheriffs. This 3-year-old will be ridden by Mike Smith. He's 4-1. Mr. Fisk for trainer Bob Baffert with Juan Hernandez aboard. He's 3-1 morning line. Looking at the Today's Racing Digest final time ratings, and you will see that it looks pretty competitive in here, with Mr. Fisk getting a 140, winning the Shared Belief Stakes. We have others that are right behind him. Skinner has a 138. Arrowthegreat, with a running win last time, has a 137. Celestial Moon has a 135, along with Newgrange in his last start, and he could improve second after a layoff. So they look like the fastest horses on paper as we head into this race and this mile and an eighth distance. And the pace scenario is definitely going to separate these contenders. Visitant, not quite sure what he wants to do. He's 11 for 15 on all-weather ground, so you know that he likes all-weather ground. And he does handle this distance. He's had 3 starts with a win and a second. He's never run at Del Mar. He's run on turf 3 times with a third, and he's run on dirt 5 times with a second and a third. So overall, it looks like he's best as a sprinter on all-weather ground, but he can handle longer distances. He was 3rd in the Grade 2 Del Mar mile on turf. And as I said, he's handled this distance before in the Kentucky Cup Classic at a mile and an eighth on all-weather ground. He was 2nd, beaten 3/4 of a length. He's one that can show some speed. With Flavien Prat aboard, I would think from that inside post, they're at least going to try to maintain position and probably be at least somewhere up on the pace. Arrowthegreat could be the one to catch in here. He went wire to wire in his last 2 starts. He broke his maiden in his 4th career start when he stretched out in distance for the first time at 1 mile. That was at Del Mar on September 4th, and he just got out there, set the pace, won by more than 2 lengths. The runner-up was the next out finish winner, and Arrowthegreat was the next out winner in an optional claiming race at Santa Anita at 1 mile. So now the big question is going to be the extra distance of this race and stepping up in class. Because we know he's got good speed, and we know he likes a mile, and we know he handles Del Mar with 3 starts with a win in 2 seconds. Now it's just a question of, can he step up and keep on going? I'm not sure about that, but he certainly, anytime a horse can get out there and control the pace, if he can do that, they can be dangerous. Celestial Moon is next, and this one is a first-time gelding. He's 3 for 9 lifetime with 2 show finishes. He's 1 for 1 at Del Mar. He's 0 for 3 with a 3rd place finish at this distance. At Fresno last time in the Bulldog Stakes, he was 3rd, beaten 8 lengths. He was the favorite that day. He was in the Grade 1 Awesome again, At Santa Anita Park on a wet track, he was 7th, beaten 27 lengths in a 9-horse field. And then when he moved from Bill Mott to Mark Glatt's barn, his first start at Del Mar on September 3rd in an optional claiming race, he stalked the pace from the inside post and he won nicely. The show finisher was the next out winner. But his last 2 stakes starts, he just hasn't quite been up to form. And facing stakes company again in here, I would expect that he's going to be chasing the pace. Kiss Today Goodbye. He's had 5 starts at Del Mar with a win, a second, and a third. He's 0 for 4 with a runner-up finish at this distance. 3 for 24 in his career with 2 seconds and 5 thirds, and he's earned more than $400,000. His best recent races, he was 3rd in the Grade 1 Gold Cup in May at Santa Anita behind Defunded. So that was an okay effort there. And then in the Grade 3 Tokyo City at a mile and a half, missed the cut, dominated that one. Kiss Today Goodbye was clearly second best. In the Turn Back the Alarm last time at a mile and 5/8 on the Breeders' Cup undercard in a 5-horse field, he was 3rd, beaten 28 lengths. So looking overall, he's probably not going to be able to keep up with this type of runner at this mile and an 1/8 distance. Newgrange, he's as the favorite in here, 5 for 10 lifetime with 3 third-place finishes. He handles the distance, 2 starts with a win and a third. At Del Mar, he's had 3 starts with a win and 2 thirds. He was in the Native Diver last year, and he was 3rd there. And then after that, he won the Grade 2 San Pasqual at Santa Anita. That was in January of this year, where he stalked and he won nicely. He was in the Big Cap. He was 7th, beaten 12 lengths, and then he was off from March to October in an optional claiming race. He ran an okay race last time out, finishing 3rd in a 4-horse field. He needed that race, and now I would expect that after battling on the pace there and finishing 3rd, he should be fitter in his second start after a layoff, and if he can run back to his San Pasqual victory, he does fit with these, but I don't think he dominates by any stretch of the imagination, and I wouldn't want to play him as the favorite. Skinner, he's 4 to 1. He's still eligible for an entry-level allowance race. So he's one that has a lot of ability. He just hasn't been able to break through and win a stakes race yet. 1 for 9 with a second and 3 thirds. He's 0 for 3 with a second and a third at the distance, and he's 0 for 3 with a show finish at Del Mar. Overall, if you look at him, maybe he's best used underneath. He was excellent in his maiden victory in February of this year. And then the Grade 2 San Felipe, he was 3rd. He was a close 3rd in the Big Cap. They shipped him to Churchill Downs for the Kentucky Derby. He was training well. That race really would have set up for him. But he got sick, he had to scratch, and then he returned in the Los Al Derby, and he finished 2nd. And then in his next start in the Pacific Classic, he finished 5th in a 10-horse field. He was 5th again in the Grade 1 Awesome again. So there's a little bit of class relief here. He's not facing a horse like Arabian Night or Slow Down Andy. Either of those horses would be the favorite in this race. But Skinner is one from off the pace. He can get involved. But he's just hasn't broken through with that big win. It really looked like he was going places earlier this year, and then he had that setback in the Derby, and he just hasn't quite been the same since he came back. Mr. Fisk for trainer Bob Baffert. This is the son of Arrowthegreat, and his dam sire average winning distance of 10.5 furlongs. So with Arrowthegreat the sire, and then that dam certainly bred to run all day long. And I think this extra distance could be beneficial to this one. He's had 2 starts at Del Mar with a win and a second. And the good thing about him is the progress that he made. If you're looking at his Today's Racing Digest final time ratings, in his maiden win on January 2nd, he rallied and he won that one by 3/4 of a length at 1 mile at Santa Anita. And that was his best career speed rating at the time. And then he misfired in the San Felipe, but then he had his next new career top speed rating in the Affirm Stakes when he finished a clear 2nd there, rallying from off the pace. And then in the Oceanside on turf, he didn't run well. And then his new career top speed rating in the Shared Belief Stakes last time when he dead heated for the win with his stablemate Tahoe Sunrise. And that was a relatively quick race. And as I said, a 140 Today's Racing Digest final time rating. So Mr. Fisk, he's on the upswing. He's a 3-year-old. His best races should be in front of him. He should like this distance, and he does like this track, and he is going to be my horse of the day in this Native Diver for Sunday, November 26th at Del Mar. So Mr. Fisk is on the upswing, and I think he's going to love the added ground of this race, and I think he can jump up and win this race. Other contenders include Skinner, but I like him a bit more underneath. Newgrange can certainly win this race on his best day as well. So they look like the main threats in this race. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment if you like this horse racing content. And that will wrap up my Horse of the Day video for Sunday, November 26th. And check out my YouTube channel next week for more Horse of the Day videos at Del Mar. And until I see you next time, good luck at the races.